Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Andrew Keeler, an unemployment insurance benefits expert at the Oregon Employment Department, joins us. In today's webinar, we will give a broad overview of the adjudication process and an update to the Benefits While You Wait program. Afterwards, we will take as many of your questions as we can in the time we have left. Please remember, we cannot look into or resolve one person's own claim status in this public forum, and it is not safe to put your personal information in the chat or question boxes in this public recorded webinar that will be posted online. Please post your questions in the Q&A box and not the chat box in the Zoom meeting, and we will take as many of them as we can after we finish the discussion with Andrew. The Q&A box is located in the middle of the bottom bar of the Zoom window. So let's get started. So to begin, Andrew, can you describe what adjudication is and why someone's claim would be in it?
Yes, thank you. First, I would like to say we know how hard it is for people in adjudication, and we're doing everything we can to speed up getting people their benefits. Well, a claim goes to adjudication when we become aware of an issue that questions if a person can receive benefits, and we're legally required to look into those issues. What you see on the online claim system is that your claim has been processed, but it has not yet been paid. While many issues can be resolved with quick follow-up questions, many times we have to do more of a thorough review. Some common questions and issues that require adjudication are if you quit your job, we need to figure out whether the reason you quit qualifies or disqualifies you from receiving benefits. To do this, an adjudicator reviews documents turned in by you and by the recent employer. Then the adjudicator calls both parties to discuss the details of the quit. We want to know the final reason for quitting. Important to us is if the reason was grave. Grave means the reason is extreme or negative. Some examples of grave could be workplace harassment or unsafe working conditions. Then the adjudicator may also need to discuss what you did to try to stay employed before quitting. An example might be, what did you do to alert human resources or management about what was happening? We call that seeking reasonable alternatives. If you're fired, we need to find out the reasons, if those reasons qualify or disqualify you from receiving benefits. In this case, an adjudicator would typically review all documents turned in and then separately call you and your employer. Adjudicator must figure out whether the last incident that caused the discharge, or by discharge I mean being fired, constitutes misconduct by you, the employee. Some examples are theft or stealing from the employer, or not showing up for work and not calling in ahead of time. Another issue is if you don't accept a job offer. We need to find out the reasons you didn't accept that work, if those reasons qualify or disqualify you from receiving benefits. For people who work for educational institutions, every break between school years or terms, like spring break, summer break, or winter break, we're required to figure out if you are likely to be doing the same type of work after the break as you did before. What we find out helps to decide if you can receive benefits during the break. For example, if a teacher is on summer break and we return to their classroom in the fall, then that may be a school employee recess denial. But if the teacher is not returning, then the investigation will turn as to why they are not returning. Is it because you were fired? Or did you quit? Or are you retired? The adjudicator also reviews other issues that may make it hard for you to get back to work as quickly as possible. Maybe you broke your leg or don't have transportation to get to work, or adequate childcare, or you're on vacation or in jail.
So how do people find out when their claim will be assigned to an adjudicator?
Well, an adjudicator will contact you by telephone. The adjudicator will leave a voicemail if you didn't answer. And the voicemail will include instructions on giving the adjudicator a return call. And you will be given a direct phone line directly to that adjudicator and are given 48 business hours to return that phone call.
How many people are in adjudication right now?
Every day, new claims are filed and new issues are identified that require adjudication. To make tracking our progress clearer, we are now tracking our progress against the number of people who are in adjudication as of early October. As of September 30th, there were approximately 51,900 people in adjudication. Of those people, 18,000 received benefits through our Benefits While You Wait program. And now there's about 45,250 people that have claims in adjudication.
What is the Oregon Employment Department doing to help?
Yes, well, we have hired and trained over 200 new adjudicators. Before the pandemic, we had about 80 adjudicators. Now we have more than 300 people working on adjudication claims. These new adjudicators have been trained and are now very skilled in the adjudication process. That means they're working through claims more quickly. And we are also working with a vendor to help speed the adjudication process up even more. The vendor has 50 temporary staff who are reaching out to claimants like you to get the facts on your case. That is one less thing the adjudicator has to do. We are also looking at data to learn what issues are causing the most problems and figuring out how we can more effectively address them. We are also looking hard at whether we can make other changes that may allow us to get benefits to people more quickly. And adjudicators continue to work overtime because they know how many people are depending on them. And some of our staff are starting as early as 5:30 a.m. every day.
Help people understand why an adjudication process takes so long?
Yes, well, there are many steps to the adjudication process. First, the file is created, and then we must ask for documentation or proof from you, the claimant, and also from your employer. We have to allow both parties time to return those requests for information. Then the adjudicator must reach out and gather all the relevant information, review it, and check it against the rules and laws, and then make a decision that follows the law. Each claim is looked at and a decision made on all the information given. You and the employer are entitled to be part of this process if you want to, and we must give due process to both parties before this decision can be issued. Due process means everyone must be treated the same way and fairly. We can't shortcut either party's due process. This personalized attention is given to every claimant and to every employer. And looking at the facts and law takes time. Even when unemployment is low, the adjudication process takes time. And right now, the wait has been delayed even more with the large number of claims filed because of the pandemic.
If someone is in adjudication, does that mean that they haven't received any benefits at all?
No, not necessarily. Some people have 1 or just a few weeks in adjudication, while others do have more. It depends on the reason their claim is in adjudication. Sometimes a claim is only paused for a few weeks if there is a new issue like you're on vacation, or maybe you refused a new job offer. Also, some people have been paid prior to the adjudication process in our Benefits While You Wait program.
So if you get assigned to an adjudicator, what happens?
Well, you receive a telephone call from the adjudicator, and the adjudicator will ask specific questions about the reason you aren't working anymore. The adjudicator will also contact your employer to hear their side. The adjudicator may also call you or the employer a second time to give you the opportunity to respond to anything the other party may have said. Then the adjudicator will write a decision, and it may be mailed to both parties.
So if the adjudicator finds that I can get benefits, how long will it take for me to get paid?
Well, the longest part of the adjudication process is waiting to have your file assigned to an adjudicator. And once the file is assigned and the adjudicator has made first contact with you and to the employer, process usually only takes a few days. The adjudicator needs to reach out to both parties and to wait for any return phone calls. Once the adjudicator has the needed information or has provided enough information or enough time for the return call, then the adjudicator can write and mail the decision. This part of the process usually only takes 1 to 4 days, but sometimes a little longer.
If the adjudicator finds that I am not eligible for benefits, what else can I do?
Yes, well, you can file an appeal with the Office of Administrative Hearings, and an administrative law judge will hear the facts of the case. And you can request a hearing by submitting a request form through the Contact Us form, fax at 503-947-1335, or mail to 875 Union Street, NE, in Salem, Oregon, 97311. And a judge will make their decision based on the evidence given to them. Also, you may file a PUA application if you're denied regular unemployment benefits.
The Benefits While You Wait program is a program that the Oregon Employment Department created to help Oregonians waiting for their claims to be adjudicated. Not all claims could be helped with this program. However, 18,000 of the 49,000 people waiting for adjudication have received benefits because we're confident that they would be eligible. Can you give an update on that program?
Yes, well, on October 13th, the U.S. Department of Labor advised the Oregon Employment Department that we can't operate our Benefits While You Wait program as broadly as we were doing.
Will Benefits While You Wait ever come back?
No, we don't believe that the U.S. Department of Labor will change their guidance.
If anyone hasn't received Benefits While You Wait, but were told by the Oregon Employment Department that they were eligible for Benefits While You Wait, what happens to them?
Well, I'm sorry if you were advised that would be eligible for this program. Well, that information given was true at the time. On October 13th, the U.S. Department of Labor advised us to end the program. And unfortunately, we can't process your claim for benefits while you wait.
If people are getting Benefits While You Wait now, will those benefits stop with the guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor?
Oh, no. If we are already paying you benefits, you can keep doing so. In other words, the new guidance restricts how broadly we can use Benefits While You Wait to begin paying people benefits after October 13th. It doesn't impact those who are already receiving benefits under Benefits While You Wait.
Who can get Benefits While You Wait now with the new guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor?
You can get benefits while you wait if you're in continued claim status. That means we were paying you benefits, but your claim was stopped because we had a question. We have started reviewing claims in continued claim status, and we'll reach out if we need more information.
What if we find out a person receiving Benefits While You Wait payments was not eligible?
If you're found to not be eligible for unemployment insurance or any other benefit program such as PUA, and you receive benefits while you wait, it will be an overpayment, and we're legally required to pursue repayment of those benefits.
Thank you, Andrew. With our remaining time, we are now going to go into our Q&A box to answer some of your questions. Please remember that this is a public forum, so do not put any confidential information into the Q&A box. And now, one moment, please. So this is one from an anonymous, this one is from Lisa. So what happens during the adjudication process if I file a discrimination and wrongful termination lawsuit against my former employer?
Okay, a great question. Well, the adjudication process will focus on the final incident or the reason for separation. And that discrimination may be a reason for the separation. So that would be information that would be valuable to the adjudicator in making their decision. And potentially that discrimination will be a reason to allow benefits if the adjudicator finds grounds to do so.
Okay. This one is from an anonymous attendee. I am someone who is self-employed and employed as a substitute teacher. I continue to get, you will be contacted, but hear back from no one. So what can they do in the meantime as they wait?
Okay, well, the best thing is to continue claiming for benefits each week. One would like to receive benefits. And as soon as an adjudicator is assigned to the file, we will be giving a call to discuss those issues.
Okay. This is another one from an anonymous attendee. What is the approximate timeline to get assigned to an adjudicator right now?
Right now, we're looking at about 4 to 6 months.
All right. It looks like there was another question, but it was the same question as the previous one. 1 second. Okay. So, okay, here's a good one. So this is another one from Diana. If your claim is in adjudication and you have not received LWA, will you still receive LWA from the program even if the funds run out? So like if they were in adjudication during the time of LWA payments and they later get approved.
They will get all payments if later approved. So that would be the LWA or any other pandemic additional payments like the $600. So that will be included.
Okay. Here's one from an anonymous attendee. How do I know if I have an adjudicator assigned?
Yes, when the adjudicator is assigned, they'll be giving you a call at the phone number that we have on record to let you know that the case has been assigned. And if you're not available, they'll leave a voicemail with their direct line so you know how to get a hold of them.
It looks like we have one question, which is, so what happens if the employer doesn't answer your calls? Does it stall the process?
Okay, yes, we do try to get a hold of all parties involved. If we can leave a voicemail, we ask that they give us a return call within 48 business hours. If they do not give us a return call, we can go ahead and make a decision based on the available information. If we're unable to leave a voicemail for either the claimant or the employer, we can send a letter requesting that information, and they have 5 days to do so. So we sometimes do have some issues getting a hold of parties, but for the most part, that doesn't delay issuing a decision by more than a few days.
Okay. Here's kind of a follow-up on that. Here's a follow-up question on that previous LWA question from Diana. So does that mean that the funds will be set aside for LWA? It sounds like they may run out of funds prior to getting some cases in adjudication.
I haven't heard there's going to be a lack of funds. It is my understanding that we will provide benefits to all people that do qualify, including any additional benefits on top of their regular weekly benefit amount.
All right. This is a question from an anonymous attendee. I heard from a colleague at unemployment that school employees were still being under review. Is there a timeline for when those decisions will be made?
I understand the timeline for school employees as well as all claimants is way too long, and it's longer than it should be. We're doing what we can. The school employee is about the same as a regular claimant. So we're still working them in the order received. We're trying to get to them as fast as we can. They're looking at about the same amount of time as a regular unemployment insurance claim.
So one more question is, do you anticipate the process speeding up at all? Especially with the new, with everything we've been doing.
Yes, every day we're looking at ways to become more efficient in adjudication, from hiring many more staff to finding efficiencies in the individual workload. This is the number one goal of the department, is to become more efficient and to get through this backlog as quickly as we can. So every day that is my focus. How can we become more efficient? And the adjudicators are becoming more efficient, and we're working through more files each week than we were at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay. And then here's a clarifying question. Somebody asked, because the timeline was 4 to 6 months, is that 4 to 6 months from now or from time of claim?
From the time they filed their initial claim.
Okay. Okay, and then here's a question from Diana, who actually joined a little bit late. So can you just repeat, is benefits while you wait still available? If it is, how do claimants reach out to get signed up?
Benefits while you wait is not still available, as the U.S. Department of Labor provided us guidance. We couldn't continue the program in the same way that we were.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this. This might be a little bit too claim specific. The question from Rachel, and it is so they filed a normal unemployment claim in September, but it was closed in error and changed to PUA, and they filed a completely new one in October. Is there a faster way for them to fix it, which they're currently awaiting an adjudication right now?
That does seem to be a claimant specific. It does not hurt for a claimant to file both an unemployment insurance claim as well as a PUA claim, and claim in both of those each week until a decision is made from unemployment insurance, and potentially that could be resolved in PUA either way.
Okay. Doesn't seem like we have any more questions right now, so we'll give it just a see if anybody has any more that they add. Okay. So we have another question from Diana. And she's asking on behalf of another claimant, can you collect unemployment if you start your own business and are so is there a way to be on unemployment while also starting a business?
Okay, yes. Well, self-employment is one of the issues we will look at. So the basic answer is it depends, but it is something we do look at for regular unemployment insurance as well as a PUA. Also, we do have a self-employment program through one of our other departments. So someone could always apply for a self-employment assistance program and potentially receive benefits that way while starting up their business.
Mm-hmm. And if you want more information on the self-employment assistance program, you can go to our website, oregon.gov/employ, where you can find more information on self-employment assistance. Okay. This is one from an anonymous attendee. Are there any programs similar to the Benefits While You Wait program?
There are no other similar programs.
Okay, here's a question. Prior to COVID-19, how long was the normal wait time?
So we were looking at about 32 days prior to COVID to reach a decision on a claim.
So with that, it doesn't look like we're getting any more questions. So we will close it out. Thank you all for attending. Thank you to Andrew for taking the time to attend the webinar. We will be posting this webinar on our social media channels, Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our website, unemployment.org.gov. And I hope you all have a great day, and please look out on our social media channels for our next webinar. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Have a great day.